Melatonin is a hormone naturally produced by the pineal gland in the brain. It plays a crucial role in regulating the body's sleep-wake cycle, also known as the circadian rhythm. Melatonin is available as an over-the-counter supplement in many countries and, unsurprisingly, is commonly used for sleep management. But recently, Dr. Berg, a world-leading health and nutrition expert, described melatonin as one of the most important antioxidants. Here, Dr. Berg briefly explains some benefits of this hormone.
Melatonin is even more powerful and more effective because melatonin is not only an antioxidant, it triggers other antioxidant networks, including glutathione. I mean, melatonin is twice as powerful as vitamin E. And we know the importance of vitamin E to prevent heart disease inside the arteries. So melatonin is a very powerful antioxidant, and it triggers other antioxidants. Now, you're probably saying right now, wait a second, I thought melatonin was really about helping you sleep. It's involved in the circadian rhythm. It helps people take it if they get jet lag. And maybe you've heard something about how melatonin is now used to help your immune system, since it's now considered an immune modulator to help you regulate your immune system. And of course, I won't mention specifics, but it's very, very powerful against certain viruses. And on top of that, there's a lot of research on how it's an extremely potent anti-cancer compound or a hormone.
Clearly, melatonin is far more than a sleep aid. It has significant cardioprotective functions while also packing a mighty cancer preventive and cancer fighting punch. Today, we will focus on the evidence documented in numerous studies describing melatonin's anti-cancer capabilities. Let's use the anti-cancer nutrition app, Nutriliv, to take a deeper look. Okay, so we're logged into the Nutriliv app, and we'll go ahead and search for melatonin by just typing for it, and quickly it comes up after you type in a few letters. And there we go. As soon as we get into the item profile, it makes it pretty obvious. This is way beyond a sleep aid. This is a very impressive list of anti-cancer functions and a long list of health optimizing properties to pair with that. So we'll get started looking at the anti-cancer functions. For those that want to prevent cancer, you always want to see anti-carcinogenic. That means that it prevents cancer cells from forming. How does it do this? Well, melatonin exhibits a variety of cancer preventive properties like scavenging free radicals, reducing oxidative stress, as well as protecting against DNA damage. It also modulates estrogen synthesis and metabolism, potentially reducing the risk of hormone-dependent cancer. So the fact that it protects the body in a number of different ways from a variety of cancers from forming makes you really want to consider this as something to use to prevent the formation of cancer. For those targeting active cancers, you always want to see multiple mechanisms of action, and clearly it has that in spades here. We'll look at apoptosis. So apoptosis is programmed cell death, and that's the reason why cancer cells can become cancer cells, is because they have formed in a way to evade this type of programmed cell death, this normal activity that's supposed to occur in the body. But melatonin steps in and has been shown to induce apoptosis in various cancer cell types. How does it do this? Well, by activating caspase cascades, increasing the expression of pro-apoptotic proteins like BAX, and decreasing anti-apoptotic proteins like BCL2. Furthermore, it enhances the release of cytochrome C from the mitochondria. So has a number of ways to target cancer cells and get them to initiate programmed cell death. Going down to enhance immune response. This is always a critical piece to see here. So you want to think of melatonin as a motivator to your immune system, because studies have observed that it enhances the immune response against cancer by stimulating the production of natural killer cells, T helper cells, and cytokines. These are the aspects of your immune system that are good at identifying and mitigating cancer cells, so it invigorates them. It also modulates the activity of macrophages and other immune cells. So if you didn't think that was enough immune boosting effect, you might want to take a look at the health optimizing functions. It also improves the gut microbiome. So we could see that it's further fortifying the immune system through this avenue. Melatonin's been shown to influence the gut microbiome microbiome composition and function. It promotes the growth of beneficial bacteria and helps maintain gut barrier integrity. Melatonin's effect on the gut microbiome contributes to improved gastrointestinal health, and it also may impact systemic inflammation. So a lot of you are familiar with the fact that our immune system, some say that most of the immune system is driven by the gut microbiome, its health. So the fact that it has this covered, as well as enhancing the anti-cancer immune response, that's just a fantastic showing there. But going just beneath gut microbiome, you can also see that it has improvements to the heart health. So one of the things, it's demonstrated cardioprotective effects. We've seen that in numerous studies. How's it doing this? Well, it reduces oxidative stress in the cardiovascular system, improves endothelial function, also helps regulate blood pressure. But it's believed that the melatonin's antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties are really what contribute to this beneficial effects on the heart health. So that's something that Dr. Eric Berg was certainly touching on, was anti-inflammatory. It's very, very capable there. So there's a lot of anti-cancer as well as health optimizing properties worth exploring here. If you forget what these do, you can always access the appendix by clicking this, selecting this blue button, and this will give you a definition of each one of these functions. But scrolling down a bit here, for those, and this is, I guess I hesitate to say this, but gaining in popularity, really gaining in focus, I think is a better way of saying it. And that is targeting the metabolic vulnerabilities in cancer cells. This has just been a missed opportunity for a very, very long time, but the evidence that's coming out is just making this very, very hard to ignore. Frankly, I think it's just the pharmaceutical companies are just lagging a bit behind. They're just struggling to put together targeted therapies. But the good news is there's lots of, if you look in your Nutriliv app, you see there's lots of natural substances that block metabolic pathways to help starve cancer. And melatonin is just one of the all-stars because you can see it's 3 for 3, glucose, glutamine, and fatty acid. Particularly this elusive one, glutamine. Those that follow Dr. Thomas Seyfried's work, he's one of the leaders in identifying metabolic vulnerabilities in cancers and how to target them. He really pounds the table about we got to starve glutamine. That's one of the keys because with nutrition we can do a pretty good job at taking away glucose, but glutamine is just a bit more difficult, especially since drugs like Don, it's not FDA approved, so just most licensed medical providers are really hesitant to prescribing something like that. So any natural substances or very, very known to be very, very safe substances that you can take that can block glutamine, certainly worth considering. So we'll jump down to this lower section here, and we could see this is where we have a consumption summary. So you could see dosages that have been intaked in studies. Of course, talk to your licensed medical provider before adding anything to your repertoire. But you could see, if we want to explore more information about the cancer preventive summary or the anti-cancer summary, you get a full explanation of each one of the anti-cancer properties. It's really, this is a summary of the analysis of the studies. If you want to actually access the studies, you can expand this and you'll get links that will take you directly to the source material for melatonin. But one of the key things I just want to quickly target here is anti-cancer stem cell summary. I almost forgot. Melatonin blocks or is known to target cancer stem cells. Those that aren't familiar with cancer stem cells, go to the description in this video and you'll see a link to another video that summarizes the last 30 years of research in understanding what cancer stem cells are. Just the quick summary on them is that there's a lot of convincing evidence that shows that they're responsible for tumor initiation, progression of disease to metastasis, as well as recurrence for those that use treatments to get to a point of no evidence of disease, and then 6 months or a year later it comes back, it's much more aggressive. That's really believed to be brought on at this point by cancer stem cells. So Melatonin is known to, as seen in studies to kill cancer stem cells. So again, anything that you can take that's known to be safe that targets cancer stem cells, considering radiation and chemo have little to no impact on cancer stem cells, is certainly worth considering. All right, so scrolling back to the top here, just quick recap. We can see that this has a NutriPoint value of 260, which is it's a great score, and we can see why, because there's a lot of anti-cancer properties as well as health optimizing functions. It goes 3 for 3 as far as blocking metabolic pathways, and it kills cancer stem cells in studies. That's going to earn you a high score every single time. But here's one of the maybe the best parts about it is it's $1 sign. So this shows you that the cost out there for this supplement is it's one of the cheaper things that you can buy that has this incredible of NutriPoint score. So I hope that you found a lot of value in this review of melatonin in the Nutriliv app. Of course, what we're trying to do with the Nutriliv app is provide an easy way to apply information from medical research to make intentional nutritional decisions that's based on evidence that's available out there. So if you'd like to learn more about the Nutriliv app, you could open the description to find links to sign up for the app, as well as access studies that were referenced in this video. So we thank you very much for watching the video today. We hope you live long and live well.